तो अगर किसी को पैसे बनाने हैं AI के थ्रू, कहाँ पर अपॉर्चुनिटीज हो?
So messaging app, a billions of user base is a very good opportunity क्योंकि WhatsApp और Telegram अभी भी very human oriented with less AI.
Tell me things that are incredibly fascinating around the world.
There is one startup, they charge people after they die. What they say, okay, you died out of cancer, right? We will put you in a refrigerator. 100 साल बाद एक इनोवेशन हुआ जहाँ पर वो बीमारी सॉल्व हो सकती है. हम आपको निकाल के उस टाइम पे उससे फिक्स करके we will make you alive.
AI कहाँ पे डिस्ट्रप्शन लेके आने वाला है?
There is like a big market in robotics in China and even other places. I think where it's heading is a bit dangerous territory in terms of like extinction event of humans. Very high possibility.
Do you feel एक टाइम बाद बहुत biased हो जाता है AI?
There's always a biases, I think, in AI because it's trained on some data and that every data will have some kind of biases. You can't have like a clean AI.
What does a good prompt look like?
So depends how better you are conveying it in your words. One thing that works best when you really ask AI to think hard, it does think hard. Like
Really?
go in depth, think hard, use these words.
So if we use these words, it actually gives you better answers?
Yeah, it gives better answer.
मैं एक बिजनेस ओनर हूँ. मुझे 50,000 रुपए किसी इंसान से लेने एंड मुझे ये हर 24 आवर्स में मेरे फोन पे रिमाइंडर भेजे कि वो पैसे आ गए कि नहीं आ गए, ये चेक कर लो. AI यूज करके भिंडी AI पे जाके कर सकते हो अभी?
हाँ, कर सकते पूरा. Like, hey, so can you issue an invoice to Shamani for receiving 50,000 rupees and scheduler every 9 PM if you haven't replied to the email?
तो ये आ गया PDF एंड दिस इज माय इनवॉइस. तो मैं डायरेक्टली इनवॉइस बना सकता हूँ एंड मैं भेज सकता हूँ.
On the fly. I'm just talking to you and I can on the fly dump the voice.
You're talking about Elon. You love him?
Yep.
Elon क्यों जीतता है?
His goals are very not normal. Going to Mars. ऐसे बड़े बड़े goal. If you are aiming for stars, you end up being on the moon. So I think that's a very big trait of him.
In your journey of building products and actually attracting so many users, what make people stick to products? आज के एपिसोड में हमारे गेस्ट हैं सौम्य जैन, फाउंडर ऑफ अपसर्ज लैब्स, भिंडी AI और को-फाउंडर ऑफ इंस्टाडैप, जो AI के नेक्स्ट एवोल्यूशन को शेप कर रहे हैं. वो बताते हैं क्रिप्टो अब सिर्फ एक इन्वेस्टमेंट नहीं बल्कि फ्यूचर इकोनॉमी का फाउंडेशन बन चुका है अकॉर्डिंग टू हिम. वो मानते हैं कि बिटकॉइन अगले 5 सालों में और ज़्यादा बढ़ेगा और क्यों बढ़ेगा, इसके बारे में बात की है. हम जानेंगे कैसे AI अब सिर्फ असिस्ट नहीं करेगा बल्कि काम एग्जीक्यूट करेगा. जैसे भिंडी AI जो सिर्फ मेल ड्राफ्ट नहीं करता बल्कि लिखकर भेज भी देता है. ये है AI वर्कफ्लोज का फ्यूचर, जहां एक सिस्टम ट्रैवल प्लान्स बना सकता है, काम ऑटोमेट कर सकता है और आपके प्रेफरेंसेस के हिसाब से हर वीक एक डेट भी फिक्स कर सकता है. If you're curious to see how AI can actually do things for you, check out the link in the description. If somebody's watching this today, okay, and उसको ये पूरी दुनिया AI की, टेक्नोलॉजी की, ये कुछ समझ नहीं आता. But AI has become a buzzword and now it's no, it's reality also. तो अगर किसी को पैसे बनाने हैं AI के थ्रू, कहाँ पर अपॉर्चुनिटीज हो, कहाँ पैसे बना सकता है?
So all the software we are using today is going to go, उनका पूरा चेंज होने वाला है. Like अभी सब very manual, built for humans, the interfaces. So हर तरह के apps, even messaging app. I think messaging app is a very big opportunity क्योंकि WhatsApp और Telegram अभी भी very human oriented with less AI. So something we are also adding into Bhindi Backroom. So messaging app, a billions of user base is a very good opportunity. Productivity apps, you don't have to work. I don't know why after an AI people will work. People see it like कि सबकी job चली जाएगी, but I see it more positively. You really don't have to work. You can just have fun.
Because क्या productivity app क्या बना सकते हो जिससे?
So आपका email या मेरा email या फिर आपका कोई persona मेरे persona से सब बात कर रहा है, मुझे involve भी होने की जरूरत नहीं है. The only thing we need to involve, like we are connecting right now, right? That's only thing as a human we need to do. Rest all of the things is already handled under the hood by some AI systems.
Give me an example, like what? Give me use cases, 3-4 use cases दो कि एक productivity app कोई बना सकता है और वो ऐप अगर आज कोई बना दे और लोगों को डाउनलोड करा दे तो that person can make a lot of money.
I think one of the biggest problem right now is context. Like आप ChatGPT के पास जाते हो तो आप उनको बोलते हो, उसको हर बार एक नया कॉन्टेक्स्ट देना पड़ता है कि ये हुआ है, बट एज अ ह्यूमन हम किसी दूसरे इंसान को पूरा कॉन्टेक्स्ट नहीं देते. हम सीधा बोलते हैं ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. अगर आई एम अबाउट टू हैव अ लॉस इन सम ऑफ माई फाइनेंशियल एसेट्स एट लेट्स से $2,000 एंड आई टॉक टू माई ब्रदर कि प्राइस $2,000 तक पहुंच गई है. सो he will not take it as like ki answer ki ha okay acknowledged. He will be like, oh shit. He will have some kind of emotions to attach to that same stuff, right? So AI में वो बहुत बड़ी problem है context. I think context building anyone can actually add it कि the AI can understand us more better. अभी मैं ChatGPT के पास जाके बोलता हूँ उसको कि ये करना है, अगर उसकी जगह ChatGPT come back at me, that would be a very big change. अभी I think कोई नहीं कर रहा. ChatGPT ने कल ही लॉन्च किया है Pulse. Pulse is like so आप जो भी बात कर रहे हैं ChatGPT पे, वो आपको अगले दिन एक समरी बनाकर आपको बता देगा. तो आपने अगर उसको बोला है कि मेरा एक दोस्त है उसके साथ मुझे मिलने जाना है, तो अगले दिन इट विल सजेस्ट यू सम प्लेसेस टू गो. सो नाउ दिस इज बहुत अच्छी डायरेक्शन है, क्योंकि ये ही दिस इज व्हाट लैकिंग इन द AI. हम जाके बोलते हैं बट AI systems are not coming back at us. Now, this is a very good one. Like, they will talk to us, and it reduces my workload more because I'm not even thinking to talk to AI now. They are coming back and actually solving my problem.
Suggestive.
So, instead of human to AI, it's AI to human. And I am just a confirmation, yes or no.
So, that's one which you feel is incredible opportunity.
Yeah, incredible.
Productivity sort of app जो आपको अच्छे से समझे एंड आपका नेक्स्ट डे बेटर कैसे हो सकता है, आपको सोचना कम पड़े, वो खुद ही वो ऐप सजेस्ट करती जाए. दैट इज वन.
Yeah, that is
one opportunity right now.
Very big opportunity.
Okay. What's the second?
Second opportunity, I mean, there's multiple industry and a lot of opportunity, but I will say if you can make work invisible, like आपको काम करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़े, आप emails पे जाते हो, Slack पे जाते हो, या कोई भी, all these things needs to not be there. So because all these are very logical, very deterministic, AI should be able to handle it. All they need to know is my intent, and they should just get the work done. So if there are 10 people I'm talking to, AI should know just this. These 2 people are very important. Just take care of them better, coordinate better, and सारे काम उनको करने दो, AI systems. And उनके भी background में AI systems चलते रहेंगे. I mean, internet as a whole is gonna be zombie land. Because हम ये आज पता नहीं लगा पा रहे कि हम AI से बात कर रहे हैं या. सो मैंने एक ट्विटर बॉट, मेरे अकाउंट में एक ट्विटर बॉट चला के डाला था. एक Obsidian founder. Obsidian is a very popular note making app. That founder was replying to the tweet done by my bot. And I read like, oh, that some guy in San Francisco who leads this project is replying to a
bot.
Yeah, and I was confused, like, okay, this is a very good example, like ki slowly how do I believe I should need to coordinate with an AI? Why do I convince other person on internet? So the internet will just become a consumption layer. I will just go there to acquire information, but not to converse, because I don't know कि मैं AI से बात कर रहा हूँ या human से बात कर रहा हूँ. So it's and I had seen it first hand already 2 months back. आज तो maybe और हो गया हो, और अगले 1 साल में तो
बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाएगा. तो फिर
we are underestimating like how dramatically the world is changing.
तो AI बात करते रहेंगे. But इसमें opportunity क्या है? Is there some way where people can do it, or there is no way which you can think about? लोगों को खुद ही सोचना पड़ेगा.
नहीं, पूरा इंटरनेट चेंज होने वाला है. So I think every app that exists will have a revamp. So आप कोई भी ऐप उठाओ, उसको आप कैसे AI के थ्रू सिंप्लीफाई कर सकते हो एंड यूजर्स के लिए, and just change it, and it's gonna have value. Like a lot of apps, we are just doing a lot of manual work which doesn't exist. And I think one more thing is like Naval tweeted this some months back, that the promise of AI is no interface. Like आपको जब interface नहीं use करना पड़े, that's when actually आपका AI system. So
explain.
So आपको अगर अभी, I mean, if you want to book a car, you go to Uber. If you want to order food, you go to Zomato. Or you want to book a flight, you go to Make My Trip. You don't need this division. You need a one system, which we call AI system or AI assistant, or whatever we call it.
Whatever. You call it something XYZ in your in your phone there's one app called XYZ,
Yeah.
and then you just tell that to that app.
उसको बोल दो and it will take care of everything. And let's go one more step ahead. It doesn't even, I think mobile will change it itself. So आपने अगर देखा अभी नया Apple का डिज़ाइन, everything is concentrated at the top of the, तो iPhone का पूरा उन्होंने जो नया बनाया है, everything is concentrated in top layer. They are moving towards a miniature version of devices. You will not need like a big phone. Everything is concentrated here, could be attached to here, could be anything, I don't know. So it will not even me using a phone, it just stays with me and figuring out things around me.
Yeah, that Geo launched that glasses.
Yeah, glasses are a very good example. Like I'm fascinated.
Meta glasses, Geo glasses, all that they've launched.
Yeah, they haven't gotten to that stage yet that I will use on a day-to-day basis, but it have a real chance of disruption. Yeah.
But usme at least they're using. I saw this video recently where they're saying कि आप फ़ोन उठा सकते हो, फ़ोन काट सकते हो, गाने सुन सकते हो, डायरेक्शंस देख सकते हो, आप डायरेक्टली चलते फिरते एक लोकेशन देख सकते हो एंड उससे पूछ सकते हो कि अच्छा ये कौन सी बिल्डिंग है, एंड दैट विल गिव यू हिस्ट्री ऑफ इट. सो यू कैन यूज इट एज योर, लेट्स से, in your assistant full time.
Totally. Yeah, I just tried it 1 week back, the newest Meta glasses, and it doesn't even have a voice. It actually transfer आप जो सुनते हो कान में वो डायरेक्टली बोन को वाइब्रेट करता है. वॉइस निकल भी नहीं रही है, तो आप मेरे पास आओगे आपको सुना नहीं देगा, बट वो वाइब्रेट करके इस पार्ट से आपको पूरा इंफॉर्मेशन ट्रांसफर कर रहा है. सो आई एम सीइंग लाइक ऑल दिस थिंग्स कमिंग आउट लाइक, so we're dramatically underestimating where we are heading. I think it's going to be a very cyborg kind of world.
And it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. If we don't do it, someone else will do it. So why not us?
So there, okay. Again, we're back to the same question. मैं कैसे opportunity ढूंढूं इसमें?
I think the next good opportunity could be robots.
What do you mean by that?
For example, what if this is powered by some AI system? I'm moving here.
और वो अपने आप आ जाए.
Yeah, it comes to me immediately. But it's not only about that. If I just went down to, let's say, फीते बांधने के लिए मैं नीचे झुका, it should not come to me. Now, if it's just a deterministic program, it will do that too. But it needs to have some kind of consciousness inside it.
Some kind of intelligence.
Yeah, some kind of intelligence, and possible. So it will move around with me. This is just one example, maybe a lamp, Pixar kind of lamp sitting around me. So, and these are a very good one because this is a good opportunity. I personally want to enter into this, but it's a very high turnaround. You can't just move things around so fast. Robotics, right? But if किसी के पास dedicated time है, I will suggest to get into the intersection of robotics and AI. Because that's when the real change will happen for us. Software में इतना change नहीं दिखेगा, but when all of the things around us are having some consciousness via this artificial intelligence, they are moving around. And आपको लग रहा है ये कैमरा move around कर रहा है, they are kind of coordinating with you in some lights.
Yeah.
By the way, हमारे पास एक लैम्पी प्रोजेक्ट हमने in-house बनाया है. We also have a robotic team in like Bangalore. The lamp actually reacts to you. You say it like, hey, I had an accident yesterday, and it will get depressed. It will show emotion via just eyes. You try to be angry, it will get angry too. It have ears moving like this, like a pet, you know. So this these are some examples like how world around us is going to change. Software से हमें इतना physically दिखेगा नहीं, but I think when it comes to the physical form, that's when we will feel it a lot.
True. So that's one. Or examples, I like this example.
Okay.
Give me more examples like this.
Intersection of
robotics and AI.
Yeah, this is one, but intersection of bio and AI.
Explain.
Basically bioengineering your body. So
what do you mean by that?
So एक tech already CRISPR करके tech है, you can change genes in you. So आपको जैसे you want to change the color of your eyes. Maybe, I don't know if it's possible when you're adult, but when you're a kid, you can change the color of eyes. This is one like very real use cases. And it's technically possible. If someone is disease ridden, like let's say high chances they have some genes which can cause cancer. Now you can edit those genes via this CRISPR tech. And AI is actually advancing it. Recently I read about it. Like, so AI has created its own sequence of genomic sequence. It's complicated, but okay, in simple terms, उसने अपनी खुद की एक species बना दी. So हम as a species also evolved like monkeys, apes, and then a human. There's a like a evolution that happened, right? AI ने एक नया species बनाया है with the whole sequence of genes, and now this opens up a lot of like you kind of creating a new species, right? You know, so I mean the positive and negatives are many, but very big field, because जब AI आपका हर aspect of your life is automated by AI digitally, physically, then the only thing that left is how you maintain your body. And it also linked to longevity now, like how you can live longer by fixing, because dying is not natural. You die because one of your organs stop working, like in most cases. If it's not sudden death, you die because your one organs failed and other organs like follow the route, right? Now if you find a system, bioengineering your system where you can let that organ sustain well, basically you can't die anywhere. So again, many people are prediction that the person is going to live 5,000 years already born. I don't know. I mean, maybe we will not live long enough to see that, but it's a very bold prediction.
Right.
There is one startup which is very funny. Like they charge people after they die. What they say, okay, you died out of some, let's say, cancer, right? We will put you in a refrigerator, ठंडा करके आपको रख दिया, आपके cells will not deplete now. 100 साल बाद एक इनोवेशन हुआ जहाँ पर वो बीमारी सॉल्व हो सकती है, कैंसर या कुछ भी. नाउ हम आपको निकाल के उस टाइम पे उससे फिक्स करके, मतलब उससे जो भी बायो इंजीनियरिंग करके वी विल मेक यू अलाइव. एंड आई वेंट टू दिस event in Dubai. Even Brian Johnson came to that. This was an Ask Daily event, and there was this startup pitching, and I found like this is such a, I don't know, it's a very good money making process. Like you are selling after you die. Doesn't matter, right? You don't need money now. Like you're gonna die, you don't need money. Why not just pay them and put me in a rental cube?
Yeah.
And just so there's
Death
a lot
tech.
Yeah, that's tech. I mean, that's crazy.
Death tech startups. That's
very
wow.
bad.
What are the more okay, let's do this. Tell me 2 or 3 more things that is incredibly fascinating around the world जो आपने सुनी हो and you have seen कि लोग ऐसे startups पे काम कर रहे हैं कि दुनिया में ये चल रहा है. Like death tech is
very,
I've never heard of this. I'm hearing it for the first time.
I mean, ऐसे तो बहुत crazy startups है. Can't immediately think maybe it will come into the conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll build.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you're talking about AI and आप बात कर रहे हो AI will replace a lot of things. इंसानों को काम करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. Right? Let's figure out कि हम भिंडी AI से, that's your startup, उससे क्या बना सकते हैं जो लोगों को day to day life में help करे and उनको काम कम करना पड़े. Can we do that?
Yeah, we can totally do that. I mean, our motto is to like make work invisible.
Lovely. करता क्या भिंडी है? मेरे को simple language में बताओ. What does your startup do?
आप अभी ChatGPT पे जाकर उसको कुछ prompt करते हो and it will respond you in some kind of text. It will not do that for you. What Bhindi do is it execute that for you. So for example, आप ChatGPT पे गए, hey, can you draft me an email? It will draft you an email and then you will copy, paste it in Gmail and send it. What happens on Bhindi, you ask it to do it, it will actually send the email via your Gmail account.
मैं सिर्फ भिंडी में बोलूँ वो सब खुद ही करेगा.
खुद करेगा. आपको prompt करना है. आपका prompting skills needs to be good because AI doesn't understand you well. So आप कुछ आपने एक line बोल दिया तो कर दिया. It will not, the outcomes will be not right, but it will do it. So Gmail एक हुआ, but it could be anything. कि can you get the price of, I don't know, HDFC Bank and send that price to my broker, and then ask him what could be the, and then have a check whenever he respond you back after 2 hours, remind me back. Now it's a chaining of multiple actions. It will first go to Perplexity or Google to get the price, then ask your broker, should I buy or not, and then set a reminder after 2 hours. I need to check if that your investment person has like gotten back at you or not. And when it get back and you're gonna, so these are the workflows which are not possible in tech. With Bhindi you can do all this. It actually execute on your behalf.
Okay, so let's make use cases by use cases.
Okay.
I love this. I'm gonna make sure that by the end of this podcast लोगों के पास 10-12 use cases हों जो अपनी लाइफ में यूज कर सकते हैं. Right? One of the first use cases, let's see, अगर कोई ये पॉडकास्ट देख रहा है, क्योंकि इंडिया में ट्रैवल बहुत बढ़ रहा है.
हाँ.
Right? वो AI यूज़ करके बिंडी AI पे जाके अपने ट्रैवल एजेंट को रिप्लेस कैसे कर सकते हैं, ये बताओ। ओके, क्या मैं प्रॉम्प्ट डालूँ ताकि मैं उस पे जाके ट्रैवल एजेंट को रिप्लेस कर दूँ? हाउ, व्हाट इज़ माई, आई एम गिविंग अ प्रॉब्लम। सो प्रॉब्लम इज, आज मुझे ये प्लान करना है कि मैं दिवाली की छुट्टी पे घर वालों के साथ 4 लोगों के साथ छुट्टी पे जाना चाहता हूँ। मेरा बजट है मान लो 1 लाख रुपए। 1 लाख रुपए में मैं जानना चाहता हूँ कि मैं इंडिया में जा सकता हूँ कि बाहर जा सकता हूँ। फिर मैं इंडिया में कहाँ जा सकता हूँ, बाहर कहाँ जा सकता हूँ। उसके बाद जब भी अगर मैंने डिसाइड कर लिया कि चलो मैं दुबई ट्रिप पे जाऊँगा, तो दुबई जाने का चीपेस्ट फ्लाइट कौन सी है, चीपेस्ट फ्लाइट के बाद वहाँ पे अच्छा स्टे कौन सा है, अच्छा स्टे का चीपेस्ट प्लेटफॉर्म कौन सा है। इतने सारे जैसे मेक माई ट्रिप, यात्रा, क्लियर ट्रिप, ईज माई ट्रिप, इन सबसे मैं कौन से प्लेटफॉर्म से सबसे सस्ती प्राइस निकल जाए मुझे, उससे मैं अपना सबसे सस्ता होटल बुक कर लूँ, वहाँ की मेरी टैक्सीज बुक हो जाए, मेरा वीज़ा सॉर्ट हो जाए एंड मैं वहाँ से आने की रिटर्न फ्लाइट भी हो जाए। एंड टू एंड मेरा पूरा एक ट्रैवल आइटनरी, ट्रैवल बुकिंग्स बन जाए और इंटरनेट पे सबसे सस्ती अच्छी प्राइस पे बन जाए। एंड अगर इंटरनेट पे कोई कूपन्स और पर्टिकुलरली स्पेसिफिकली
हो तो उसका अप्लाई कर,
कोई कूपन्स मिल जाए, कोई स्पेसिफिक ऐसे वाउचर्स हैं, कोई मिल जाए मुझे इंटरनेट पे ढूंढ के, ताकि मैं थोड़ा अप्लाई करके और 10-15% कर लूँ। एंड कौन से कार्ड से, कौन से क्रेडिट कार्ड से, कौन से पेमेंट मेथड से मैं करूँ, वो भी हो जाए।
हाँ, नहीं इसमें
ऑल ऑफ दिस एंड टू एंड, हाउ कैन आई मेक अ वर्क फ्लो और अ ट्रैवल एजेंट टाइप का फ्लो ऑन विंडी?
या इट्स मोस्टली वर्ड्स। बेसिकली आप उससे सिर्फ शब्दों में बात करोगे, लाइक यू आर एडिंग वर्ड्स टू वर्ड, सेंटेंस टू सेंटेंस, एज डिस्क्रिप्टिव एज पॉसिबल। हाँ, तो वो इन्फॉर्मेशन ले लेगा सब कुछ। और एक हमारे अभी जो भी एजेंट्स है फ्लाइट के, या फिर गूगल सर्च या परप्लेक्सिटी सर्च, उससे वो पता भी लगा लेगा। इनफैक्ट इट कैन ऑल्सो मूव अहेड एंड गिव यू एन आइटिनरी व्हेन यू गो देयर। आप कौन कौन से जगह जा सकते हो, कैफे जा सकते हो, जो भी है, इट विल प्लान आउट ऑल बेस्ड ऑन योर प्रॉम्प्ट, हाउ वेल यू आर डिफाइनिंग इट। आई मीन इनपुट्स आर सो बेटर, लाइक आपने क्या क्या स्टार्टिंग में बोला है। द ओनली प्लेस इट, आई थिंक द करंट AI systems in general fails is the financial transaction, because the platforms doesn't open up their APIs to make the payments. That's also solving, but I think majority of the problem, it will actually build it. The real key here is how better you can talk to AI, how descriptive you are when you talk.
How do we do that? Let's say Bindi, can we get a laptop and do it?
Yeah, I mean, it's similar UX wise, it's similar like ChatGPT.
Can we open it right now and write a prompt? मैंने जो आपको बोला वो prompt में लिख के कर सकते हो अभी?
हाँ, कर सकते पूरा। Like,
should we do it?
Yeah, we can.
It'll be incredible. People will love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you give me my expert book? बताओ.
So I want to plan a travel. Let's start with some work first.
Okay. You wanna start with some work?
Yeah. Tell me what you wanna do.
Okay. Let's say मैं एक
ऐसा बताना,
मैं एक entrepreneur हूँ और मेरे पास रोज सुबह हजारों ईमेल आते हैं। मुझे ईमेल्स, अब रोज़ वो ईमेल में से कौन सा रेलेवेंट है, कौन सा इररेलेवेंट है, कौन सा मैं सालों पहले डाल चुका हूँ, मुझे नहीं पता। तो आधे तो मेरे स्पैम है, आधे मेरे काम के, और आधे मेरे काम के ऐसे हैं जिसमें मुझे इंस्टेंट रिप्लाई करना है, और आधे ऐसे हैं जो नहीं करना भी रिप्लाई, वो प्रॉब्लली मेरी टीम रिप्लाई कर लेगी। तो मैं सबको सॉर्ट कैसे करूँ एवरी मॉर्निंग, सो दैट 5 मिनट में मेरा काम हो जाए, मुझे आधा घंटा 1 घंटा रोज ईमेल पे ना निकालना पड़े।
ओके, कैन यू चेक आउट माई ईमेल इनबॉक्स and archive all the emails with subject starting with, let's say, invitations. These are like your calendar invite.
Okay.
You know, so you probably don't want those things in your inbox because it's already, you can see in a calendar.
Okay.
First thing, it will just ask you to connect the Gmail. So you double tap it, connect, and then it will check your inbox, and then it will actually archive it. Simple. Done. But it checked the email, there is no email. What I can do, I can ask it to send an email to, hey, can you send a random email to this email? In the subject, start it with title invitations. And send 3 emails to this email in the screenshot. So it's quite smooth in that terms. You can just vocally talk and it will do. So every task आप देख रहे हो, like कुछ भी आ रहा है, I'm just talking to it. I'm not opening Gmail. I'm not opening our admin panel to add your subscription. everything is all automated. And मैंने email type भी नहीं किया है, फोटो देख के बोल दिया कि करो. Send. So अब ये करते हैं try again. ठीक है, इसने 3 email भेज दिया है. So this system it found the email that I sent. It had sent over 3 random emails. And it will archive. So now this is a process where it will ask because but you can also go YOLO mode. And it will actually not ask on the fly. Okay, archived. And now if you go to the Gmail, it had already, you received an email, you will see a blank inbox, but you received an email and it's archived too.
Yeah.
Done.
Nice. Okay, so सारे irrelevant mails वो archive कर देगा.
Yeah, I mean depends. मैंने तो invitations को रखा है क्योंकि my calendar is full and I receive like 40 emails a day. So I was like, okay, archive everything. I don't want to see those emails. I will check my calendar directly. Okay. You can say anything with marketing, anything. So this is my workflow, but you can have your own workflow.
Yeah.
So AI can work as a filtering system here.
Okay. Give me another use case, workflow mein.
I want to travel to Dubai and my budget is 1 lakh rupees. Can you make sure to plan an 18 for the same with flights and hotels included? Also suggest some cafes nearby hotel. I love downtown. And go in depth. And now one thing that works best, I mean it sounds very funny, but when you really ask AI to think hard, it does think hard. Like really? Go in depth, think hard, use these words, think hard, and go extra length, you know.
So if we use these words, it actually gives you better answers.
Yeah, it gives better answer, which is I mean, I think that's how they are trained. They use these words to actually expedite their like go extra length to actually do the research. Don't stop. I do a lot of these things
and this one is built on ChatGPT's like what's.
So we use a multiple system.
What is the base LLM?
So Sonnet for some Claude Sonnet for some element and ChatGPT for background tasks.
Okay.
So once the chat happens, there's a lot of background processing happens.
So Claude and GPT you use
ChatGPT.
for both.
It would do something. The only worry is like the financial transactions are not that proper. So I did everything. Google Flights, Google Hotels, Google Maps, Gemini Pro sequential thinking for thinking hard, Perplexity. So
showing me kya scan kar liya.
Now you can just enter to confirm, or you can just switch on the YOLO mode from it. It will not ask you next. So it's thinking hard now.
Okay, इसने बता दिया city, Dubai, from Delhi, outbound, return date.
Yeah, one of the fascinating things when it don't do the job right, you just actually go angry, like, hey, you are so dumb. Why didn't you ask me the dates I'm gonna go? And it actually next time it think more better. I mean the navigation of the thinking gets better.
Oh,
so now this is the one-off. You can even ask it like give more prompt like, hey, don't only search in one direction, maybe also try other places. It's also searching maps for the cafes, because I mentioned like you can also search for the cafes.
But why is it asking me to confirm again and again?
Yeah, I think we need to check something. Maybe this works when you start the chat. Okay. I switched it in between, right? So when you start the chat, you need to switch it. Otherwise the chat only goes into normal mode.
Got it. With a newer prompt, then it will be YOLO.
Yeah, it will be YOLO. So you need to set it up at the start. But it's quite nice. And now we can see this system at scale. When it's system at scale, you don't. Why I even need to check all this? अभी हमें fascinating लग रहा है तो क्यों है कैसे किया है? But at the end, I will just do it and I will wait for ऑन मोबाइल तो और अच्छा होता है, व्हेन यू पुट इट एंड यू फॉरगेट इट, बाद में आपको एक नोटिफिकेशन आता है जब पूरा प्रोसेस हो जाए कि दिस इज द बेस्ट फ्लाइट एट दिस टाइम एंड यू बजट लाइक एवरीथिंग. सो इतना करने की भी जरूरत नहीं है. लाइक यू डोंट.
So let's say forget this, अगर फोन से हम करें and let's say a small business owner wants to create bills और एक अच्छा सा बिल बना के एक अपने okay here's a problem. Okay? मैं एक बिजनेस ओनर हूँ, मुझे बिल जनरेट करना है, मुझे 50,000 रुपये किसी इंसान से लेने, मान लो XYZ, उसे बिल बना के दूंगा मैं, बिल एक प्रॉपरली PDF टाइप बन जाए एंड मुझे ये हर 24 आवर्स में मेरे फ़ोन पे रिमाइंडर भेजे कि वो पैसे आ गए कि नहीं आ गए, ये चेक कर लो.
ठीक है.
Can we do this?
Totally. Very easy. Hey, so can you issue an invoice to Shamani and reply to the above email for receiving 50,000 rupees and set up a scheduler every 9 p.m. If we haven't replied to the email, and stop the scheduler once he replied. So keep reminding him like this is the invoice and it's to be paid, and send an email to the above email that you had sent the random emails to. Issue the invoice, make it fancy, make it clear. If you are confused, stop. Ask me. Don't make any dumb decisions.
Okay. Let's see.
It's gonna do. It's totally like it's. I think this is one of the easiest. I was still confused about this because there are like 5 apps, but it still did it, which is quite nice. So it asking me question because I asked you to. Actually, you can take your call. You know me better. Okay. Okay. Added an invoice gen agent. Creating an invoice. And then it will just simply send it. So another best part, when there is an error, it actually changes the trajectory. कि ये नहीं चल रहा तो let's try this now. Now, and this is good because that's how humans operate. They make mistake and then they get better. So this is one of the example. It actually did the job, but there's an error beforehand. It also set up a scheduler every 9 p.m.
Yeah.
It's gonna send you an email reply to that test email and remind you every day. And send it to that email that I mentioned before. Let's see if you received the email. Okay, received. Done. But it doesn't have the PDF attachment, whatever. Hey, did you send the PDF attachment? I don't think you have. But done.
We have it.
Yep, done.
So ये आ गया PDF and this is my invoice. Yeah.
I mean, I can ask you to do more stuff at the fast.
Yeah, but this is like the easiest,
fast, and
quick I've gotten it. तो मैं directly invoice बना सकता हूँ just on the phone and मैं भेज सकता हूँ.
On the fly. I'm just talking to you and I can on the fly dump the voice. So this systems at scale is gonna make the whole layer of business and work invisible. In other words, you don't have to work now. There will be systems which are listening you and me all the time, and I said, okay, I will use an invoice. It already did.
Isn't it scary?
It's scary, but it's a new world. We gotta. That's why I'm saying we are underestimating the way the world is changing in a complete, like it's dramatically very changing, and it's gonna be way different than how internet changed the world. I think one of the biggest use case of this industry is going to be dating.
Okay, how? Tell me. AI dating में कैसे use it?
So now you don't. Basically, people are swipe fatigue. Like they have to swipe a lot, right? Now this AI systems can find you one date per week, and you can go on that per week date, and you haven't even went through the filtering process. AI ने अपना सब कुछ पता लगा लिया है. They know you, and the AI systems are talking to other AI systems, and they figured out, okay, this could be the right match, and they matched us, and we went out. So this is a big case, and it can make sure you don't have to like swipe hundreds of profile. You can just have one date per week and just go and figure out and give me feedback. Based on the feedback, the system will evolve more, and then it can find much better. So this is a very big industry, I think, and it's very, very, very very visible. This is going to happen. Meta did launch some like a pilot app around this week. So something's gonna change.
So dating. So somebody who knows you will be able to find someone will be exactly compatible to you.
Totally. So it's gonna optimize that process.
But isn't that dating में ऐसा होता है that you usually end up falling for someone who's not compatible?
I mean, ideally that's how it should be, but I think the world is a bit different.
Or maybe when you go for compatible date, then you tell your AI ki, bro, this didn't work because of this. I didn't find it exciting. Find me something exciting.
Yeah.
And
the next week
just matches you extremely opposite.
Yeah. And next week it will evolve and you get something else. So it's going to optimize that process. And I think it's a very big industry.
Do you think log date karna hi band kar denge? Because artificial intimacy will become so high.
High possibility because अब humans के साथ, I mean, people want convenience. And when this AI systems understands you so better, then they will make sure you stay happy or you are satisfied properly.
Yeah.
And with robotics, and there's like a big market in robotics around just like building humanoids and a lot of things in China and even other places. And with consciousness in that, I think where it's heading is also a bit dangerous territory in terms of like extinction event of humans. Very high possibility. I mean, people are worried about this, that it can extinct human because it will dilute the human connection as well. You are mostly talking to AI persona who understands you best.
Don't you think then the biggest businesses will be built जो community बनाएंगे, जो लोगों को real world में मिलाएंगे?
Ultimately depends what we want. I mean, there will be a good fraction of people who want this, like who want to be more connected with humans. But a big population is also like retarded. Like they don't care. They don't care. So, but yeah, I mean, biology have its way to like smoke out the people who are not contributing to the species. So the people who are actually more connected end up reproducing more, and the people who are not will end their legacy. So biology have its way to like fine tune anything. So
fair. What are the other use cases? AI और कहाँ पे disruption लेके आने वाला है? Dating you said. Entrepreneurs के लिए क्या होगा? और या तो employees के लिए क्या होगा? AI use case.
I mean, on the work end, it's mostly automation. Like things are automated. I think only two kinds of job as a human will be left. One is you are curious about something, so you think and instruct your AI systems, or you are creative. So you ask AI to create some kind of image, some kind of movie for me, or some kind of aesthetically looking better stuff. So we as a human are gonna do just two things, and I don't think we're gonna work. So
and then who's gonna consume these things?
Us humans.
But then हम खुद ही बना के खुद ही consume करेंगे. क्योंकि सबका hyper personalized होगा ना. Like why do you wanna create when you know कि मैं कुछ भी create कर लूँ? दूसरे लोगों को इतना अच्छा नहीं लगेगा क्योंकि AI इतना जान चुका होगा, उनको वही दिखाएगा.
हाँ वो भी है, but AI, I mean when I say create, it's not कि मैं एक बैठ के पूरा frame by frame create कर रहा हूँ. I'm just giving it an intent. कि I'm feeling very excited today, show me something related. I'm feeling very depressed, show me something motivating. So मैंने intent बताया. अब AI अपने हिसाब से मेरा feed curate कर रहा है. So it's gonna be.
But it's gonna be AI generated, right?
It's gonna. But you can't tell the difference between AI and human generated.
Which I'm okay with. मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि बना के फिर. Okay, how will people earn money? How will people connect with each other?
That's another topic, but I think very good topic. No, very good topic in a way. Like I also think the concept, money as a concept might also not exist.
तो फिर चलेगा कैसे सब?
Okay, so
free welfare state होगा क्या?
No, I'm totally. So the only limiting factor for AI is energy. We have enough solar energy to actually power all of the AI. And when everything is automated around us, government will have to come up with some kind of universal like energy allocation and AI system running for automating my stuff. So now think about it, like आपको मैं बोलूँ कि आपको एक घर बनाना है आज, you will plan out 2 months or 3 months and 4 months. Now think of in a world 20 years down the line, you are talking to your AI systems, there are robots flying down with woods and stuff, and within a week or within few days, they can actually make the whole house. You think it's very exaggerated? Very possible. क्योंकि आप 20 साल पहले, आप 50 साल पहले आप अंधेरी से नॉर्थ मुंबई से साउथ मुंबई जाने के लिए आप 2 दिन पहले प्लानिंग करोगे, बिकॉज ट्रैवल टाइम इज़ वेरी हाई. आज आप 1 घंटा पहले प्लान करके इमीडिएट प्लान करके आप कैब बुक करके निकल सकते हो. सो द टाइम it took to travel reduced. The time it for us to go from here to the other part of the world is reduced. Everything is so getting advanced कि आपका जो travel time, building time और जो भी time है और the cost is getting optimized. We'll get to a point जहाँ हमें कुछ बनाना है, हम just AI systems को बोलेंगे. Even in physical world, it will make it drones, stuff, humanoids, properly creating a house that I want for me. Physical change, not just digital. So when you're entering into this kind of world, the trajectory is going to be very different. Like the base level needs are already done. You're going to be eating enough food because government systems are like, I mean, if government is to be good though, I'm assuming the government is like very good. Just allocate some energy, solar energy, nuclear energy, could be any energy, but they will just allocate that energy and everyone have basic necessity fulfilled. Whoever want to go extra, it could be more like space travel. मार्स जा रहे हैं या कुछ कर रहे हैं, दैट विल कम इनटू एन एलीट बिहेवियर और स्टेटस को बिहेवियर. Very possible. I mean, looks not, but if you see the last 50 years, the Prime Minister of India doesn't have, the first Prime Minister doesn't have the comfort of switching on a switch to start the heater. There's a process in heating water, and like today we just wake up, switch on, and just go into. We have the moving air condition, which is cars. 200 years back, people don't have it. I mean, we don't see the change that happened because we are born in a new world. The change that's going to happen is way different. Everyone is going to live a billionaire's life. That's for sure. And what billionaires doing today is going to do more extra-official thing like
space travel,
or I don't know, building a tower in 1 week or something. Could be different. So we are heading towards that world, and growth is exponential.
So कौन लोग हैं जो इस world में, new world में replace नहीं होंगे? Because a lot of jobs will get replaced, a lot of people will get replaced, a lot of skills will get replaced.
I think we need to think
कौन बचेगा?
We need to think it differently. We are not meant to work. So replacement comes कि हम assumption ले रहे हैं कि हमें काम करना चाहिए तो और मैं replace हो गया हूँ. We as a human are not meant to work.
पैसे कहाँ से कमाऊंगा मैं?
पैसे की this system at scale, you don't need money.
But okay, वो
you will need some kind of.
कब आएगा सिस्टम, कब नहीं आएगा मुझे नहीं पता.
हाँ.
आज लेकिन मुझे really clearly दिख रहा है कि मैं किसी एक बड़ी कंपनी में काम करता था, वहाँ से मुझे फायर कर दिया क्योंकि एआई ने रिप्लेस कर दिया. एक बहुत बड़ा कोई स्टार्टअप है जो लोग हायर ही नहीं कर रहा क्योंकि एआई ने रिप्लेस कर दिया. तो ये छोटी छोटी जॉब्स आ रही हैं.
ठीक है, ये प्रॉब्लम अभी आ रही है. सो आई थिंक इमीडिएट सॉल्यूशन टू दैट is just adapt to AI. I mean, one of the most important skills is how well you can prompt the AI. आप कितने अच्छे तरीके से आप अपने AI से बात कर सकते हैं. आप we had seen like a lot of users come and give a one-liner stuff and say it doesn't work. That's the most important skill as of today you need. If you're in college, if you're doing a job, start to learn how to talk to an AI. There's also a technical term to it, prompt engineering. You need to prompt it well in order to make it work. Whoever does this best is so in our company we make sure that two skills are really there before we hire. How well you can talk to AI, prompting, and high urgency. You need to have that kind of urgency to do something. I think these are the two skills you need to operate in the new world, to be valuable in the new world. High urgency and good prompting skills.
Okay. What does a good prompt look like?
Yeah, it defines things very well. I mean, again, very personal to everyone how they talk, but or what kind of response they need. But the first paragraph needs to थोड़ा एक फाउंडेशन सेट कर रहा है, आपको क्या काम कराना है. फिर अब उसमें आपको कुछ चीज़ें AI को नहीं करने देना है, तो आप उसको बोलोगे कि ये जैसे ट्रैवल गए. सो डोंट लुक फॉर एनी प्लेस इन अंधेरी, एनीवेयर एल्स बट अंधेरी. सो आपको वो थोड़ा मिनी नजेस देने हैं. आपको कोई जगह अच्छी लगती है तो आपको एक स्पेसिफिकली कोई चाहिए तो इसी जगह बुक करना है, और या फिर आपको वेग रहना है. तो डिपेंड्स आप उस प्रॉम्प्ट में आपकी कैसी नीड है, up how better you are conveying it in your words.
So prompt engineering means first is okay.
I mean, it's a process.
First is you define कि आपको क्या चाहिए, फिर उसके बाद do's, then don'ts, and then you enter. Is that a good prompt, or is there more to it?
Yeah, this is a very good foundationally. Like, so you need to say what you need to get done and the negatives and positives of it. What not to include, what to include. What to include. And उसके बाद आपके personally आपको जो भी बोलना है.
Do you feel एक time बाद बहुत biased हो जाता है AI? ChatGPT और Claude, like वो आपको वही answers देंगे जो आपको चाहिए.
I mean, that's going to happen because for these corporates, उनके लिए main benefit है कि आप उनके platform पे रहे. So for that, they want that they make sure you feel good, just like how social media works. So they want it to happen. So I think systems are going to evolve to that, and also every AI system have their own biases. So Elon tweeted about it, like if we make AI can be anyone, if we fine tune it better on the right wing, it become racist. Like if we fine tune the AI on the type of content which is anti-liberal, it become racist, and if not, it become completely liberal. So you can't actually build a non-biased AI. So there was this meme, Mecha Hitler. I'm not sure if you heard. On Twitter, it was happening, but the Grok turned into Mecha Hitler and started like talking like that. So there's always a biases, I think, in AI. And it's gonna stay. I mean, because it's trained on some data, and the every data will have some kind of biases. You can't have like a clean AI.
Got it. You're talking about Elon.
Yep.
You love him.
I mean, I haven't met him personally, but I really appreciate what he's doing. Yeah, admire him a lot.
Why do you think Elon क्यों जीता है? Elon Musk में ऐसा क्या खास है?
I think I mean, there's a lot to it, but I think the major part, like, you need to obsess over something for a long span of time. So many people fail on it. I mean, and his goals are very like not normal. Going to Mars. I mean, anyone who want to live a normal life, he can just stay happy on Earth, right? But ऐसे बड़े goal, like you want to like achieve this, I mean, those kind of traits are, if you are aiming for stars, you end up being on the moon. So I think that's a very big trait of him, like, which that's why he's able to handle like 5 different startup all in its own, like doing the own innovation, Neuralink, Boring Company, and SpaceX. And even in the SpaceX, they have cluster of team working on different things, Starlink. So I like how he is able to handle all of them while not burned out. So I admire that. And I think the most important part is what drives people are like the hope, right? I mean, they need to believe like this can be possible. So he had made the bar so high. As a single human, I can do this. Anyone can do anything. So that opens up the wide range of opportunity. You will not start doubting. You will be like, okay, if someone did it, we can do it. So the indirect butterfly effects of that act is crazy. I think that's why I think many people admire him, and I think it's a net positive. Like, it's gonna really add some value to the world.
Fair. आपने कैसे start किया था अपना entrepreneurial journey?
I think the first time founder is just figuring out stuff like how to do it, and I was very much interested. So
आप कहाँ से?
कोटा, राजस्थान.
कोटा, राजस्थान में पैदा हुए. Tell me about your family, क्या?
Yeah. So फिर वहाँ, I mean, I was born there, but इधर उधर घूमना, मतलब पापा इधर से keep changing cities to do jobs and stuff. So I kind of stayed in everywhere, like from Gujarat to Mumbai, Hyderabad, and even in UP, I was for 5 years. I was in a Gurukul named Mangalayatan.
Gurukul?
Yeah.
Okay. So school नहीं गए आप?
Gurukul के साथ वो school कराते थे. So
what do you mean by this?
So you stayed in Gurukul, but you studied CBSE, and in your extra time, आप 4 से 5 घंटे proper scriptural studies and scriptures and rituals. You're doing it.
Okay, explain गुरुकुल में क्या होता है कैसा? This is fascinating.
Yeah, this is
आज के ज़माने में गुरुकुल है.
Yeah, and the most different part is there's no internet. Like कुछ आप internet आप world से connected ही नहीं हो. So in 8th standard, my mom like sent me to the Gurukul, and from 8 to 12 I was there.
मतलब hostel होता है.
You can call it hostel, but it's a bit different in a way. Like it's just not hostel. It has some kind of different.
Explain क्या different होता है?
तो आपको सुबह 5-6 बजे like early in the morning उठ के सबसे पहले मंदिर जाके 1 to before school. I'm talking about before school. आपको मंदिर जाके पूजा पाठ and the main focus was swadhyay. So swadhyay is like you're reading all the scriptures. So I'm a big fan of like few scriptures has shaped my thinking process is like Moksha Prakashak, Sowmay sir, and we used to read it every day for an hour. Like
रोज सुबह.
Yeah, school के पहले. Like फिर वो करने के बाद we do our breakfast and then go to school. And when there is no holiday in school, we spend extra time in temple.
Okay.
So I mean, at that point of time, we are like, why have to do it?
Yeah.
But later we figure out that was a very good like it actually shaped a person out of me, like the discipline. Like I don't think if अगर मैं internet से पूरा connected होता, like in this whole peak of 8th to 12th, I would have had that kind of mindset or sharp mind that is right now.
So वहाँ पे गए, वहाँ पे सुबह ये करते थे, फिर स्कूल होता था. Then स्कूल के बाद
regular school, like from 7-8 to 1 and 2. And then you come back, and some special days you have to again go back. And normal days you can spend it your time as you want. We spend it by reading books because that was the only way we can get information.
internet था ही नहीं.
Yeah, internet. I mean, they didn't give the access to the internet. So हम जाते थे बाहर cities में, but it was also very regulated. So then evening food before sunset. We don't eat after it.
Okay.
So you have to stay. So now current lifestyle is so different than what you don't have to eat and you don't get food after that. So basically you are like all, and then you go to temple again, spend there 2-3 hours. This was a normal day. Every day.
And 2-3 hours temple में again scriptures पढ़ते थे.
Yes, scriptures. And if someone want to spend extra time, there's also extra classes. So
and what do they teach you apart from just books and scriptures? कि वो उसी पे focus होता था, the lessons from the ancient or from our gurus or from which is the ancient wisdom they would try to teach you that.
Yes, totally that. So spirituality I think is the main part they wanted to like make us read. So I think that was a very interesting part of the life. And
फिर गुरुकुल के बाद
then I wanted to and now it's on your own, like you get that whatever skill set you want or the mindset you want, and now you can operate on your own. So I wanted to get into fintech. Actually finance. I was a big fan of Warren Buffett. Even in the Gurukul days I used to read like Tao of Warren Buffett and a lot of finance book, the annual Berkshire Hathaway newsletters, letters and stuff. So,
shareholder letter.
Yeah, shareholders letter. So I wanted to get into investment and finance. So I was 17 and I started writing on internet. Quora, I have like a good followers. People started following me at 17 and I was like, okay, like nice. Taking my advices on stock market and stuff. And I didn't have my Demat account because I was not legally. Then I turned 18. That's when I started doing, and whatever pocket money I had, I started investing all in like, but I had the high energy. I want to do something, like I want to build something. So I went into like building some apps, fintech apps. And this is a very interesting story, but that's what pushed me to the crypto. Let me tell you. Okay. So I started building apps and figured if you want to be successful in finance or fintech industry, it's highly regulated. You can't do it immediately. You need to go through a big approval. There needs to be a credibility in you, like you had worked in 5 years, 10 years in this sector. But time, and this is also termed as high urgency, but I want to do it very immediate, like
right now.
Yeah, right now. Like I can't wait for I can plan out for next 5 years and 10 years. And then 2017 the Bitcoin was going up, and it was getting some good traction, and I thought, and so I built an app which was making like $1,000 a month.
Sweet.
Yeah, just a app, a very notification service of BSC notifications. Then overnight I switched from this to crypto just because I can code and I can deploy contracts on Ethereum blockchain. I enter with Bitcoin via investment, but I can write my code and put it on Ethereum blockchain. So मैं अब प्रोग्राम करके अब पब्लिक ब्लॉकचेन पे लिख रहा हूँ, मतलब कोड डाल दिया है, डिप्लॉय कर दिया है लाइक ओपन ब्लॉकचेन पे, and there are people who are actually depositing millions of dollars in that contract. They don't even know me. They don't know my age. They don't know where I live. And yet they are using the software because smart contract, like smart contract is like, it's a open blockchain. You can see the code. There's no, like, you can verify it.
Yeah.
And you don't need to rely on me to use that. And that was a very defining moment. Like I remember I was at home and I was saying, Mummy, मैंने कुछ एक सॉफ्टवेयर बनाया, वहाँ पे लोग करोड़ों रुपए डाल रहे हैं. एंड माय मॉम यूज्ड टू थिंक, इज ही डूइंग स्कैम? कि ये क्या है, किसमें क्रिप्टो में बता रहा था, फिर भी लाइक यू नो कोई स्कैम कर रहा है कुछ है. बट and that's how it entered. And I think we started getting a lot of global recognition because we were early in our career, and they're like, they wanted a story. Okay, 2 kids somewhere from India build something used by big players globally. So we got a lot of like media coverage in crypto community at that time, and that's how we started the whole journey. And I think 6-7 years all in there building the next.
What was the first investment? First funding kaise uthai? First investment kaise le gaya?
Oh yeah, it's also very fascinating. I mean, so we had a good investor base in the first round from Naval Ravikant, Balaji Srinivasan, Coinbase, Ideo Collab, and a few more good players.
So Naval ne paise dale, Balaji ne bhi paise dale, or how did you convince these guys? First round mein. I mean, I think the best part, this is also very interesting, like for any founders who want to raise fund, I think you don't have to raise fund in a way like you want to raise fund. I mean, आपको पैसे उठाने के लिए उसकी तरफ, like you need to work towards it. What's rare in the world is the best good founder. There's a rarity of good founders. There are lots of founders, but the good founder which can define things are rare. And you tell me, what's the investor's job? What's their job? To
hunt for talent. Like they want
a rare talent.
Yeah, rare talent. So that's the investor job. It's their job. It's not your job. You do your stuff, build the best thing, and they will find their way to approach you.
Yeah.
And actually find you. And that's what happened.
So आप लोग आपका काम कर रहे थे और बना रहे थे, and they found you upfront.
I mean, there was communication going on, but we did anything. We didn't have a deck. Even this round, we raised it on a tweet. We didn't have a deck or a plan or anything, you know. So they are there to fund the right founder, which can change the future. So you need to be that. You need to be that person.
So how did that happen? Tell me. It's a fascinating story. आप आपका काम कर रहे थे और नवल ने आपको मैसेज किया कि मैं पैसे डालना चाहता हूँ.
नहीं ऐसा. So first we get the lead founder, lead investor. It doesn't. So all of the other investors are the follow-on investors. They don't directly come in unless you're raising a friendly angel round, which is small. But so we got the lead, which was Panthera.
Okay.
They are a big crypto. They are a big crypto fund in US. And
उन्होंने आपको ढूंढा कहीं से?
Yeah, we connected to them via the mentor we had. And the mentor in a way, like he wanted to acquire us. Okay. And we rejected it. It was a good offer. We can go to LA and we can work in their office in LA and stuff. But we were like, not too interesting. We did even had so he ended up becoming our advisor. Like, okay, and here's I think Edward Moncada is like a CEO of Blockfolio, and he got acquired by FTX later. So another story. From there, we rejected that offer, and actually we did a rejection a lot. We did rejected a lot of offers. Okay. On the way, while we don't even have a CR in our bank. Yeah. We're just kids. So we went to SF, and there was this one guy, I think Tom, he's a very leading position at Dragonfly Fund. He used to work somewhere else before, and he told us, you did a very huge run before you completed this round. Like you should have raised earlier. And we were just meeting Naval after that. And there was this statement by this guy like, you should have not did such a long sprint because we are so popular, zero fundraise. Yeah. So and then it's more of network and connection. We went to a New York event, and just shake hand with Paul, who is like the lead in who's leading the Panthera fund. Just a 2-minute conversation, nothing else. We came back. Coinbase, the biggest exchange, wanted to lead our first round, and then other investors came and like, okay, what about we do it? And there was a race between those investors, like who can fund first.
Coinbase versus Panthera.
Yeah, I mean, it was not too visible, but the point is, once you get one investors, okay, why do investor invest? I mean, most of the time, investor invest because other investors are investing. Simple. So if you can build that hype or vibe, kind of a mystery around yourself, raising around is not a big issue. I mean, you just do need a substance or a credibility from your history, but once you build that hype, there is a risk capital. Anyone is ready to risk. Like even there's like a 0 or 1% chance, let's allocate some funds.
Yeah.
So it converted into a completely new kind of a group of people wanted to like just be a part of it, and we are also fortunate they backed us. Like, I mean, they were the best people we can work. I still remember walking alongside Naval in SF Street.
And then उसके बाद नवल से मीटिंग कैसे हुई?
So
who introduced you to Naval?
Okay, that's also a good connection. So Panthera invested and Coinbase already wanted to invest. Everything was friendly. There's nothing aggressive. And then at that time, Balaji was the CTO of Coinbase, if you remember.
Yeah.
So that's how we got in touch with Balaji. Coinbase did participate in the round as a follow-on, so they were also part of our. They also backed us, so quite appreciate that. But that's how I got in touch. We got in touch with Balaji. And from Balaji, we got in touch with Naval, and got chance to walk with him in the SF Street. We were very young with our bags, and on the way back, we give him peda, like the milk peda, because there's a tradition, and we were like first time going out, and it was a good. So I think what I appreciated.
What did he ask you?
I asked our vision and mission, what we are trying to do and stuff, and some basic questions, but I don't think he went too much to technical. I think he was backing the founders compared to getting to know what the project is.
So what did he find in you? What do you think?
I think we need to ask Naval.
What do you think? What do you think he backed?
I think we are very early in our career, and we took the risk. Nobody at our age, like I was 20, my brother was 18, actually think of doing all these things. So might have seen we are very self-driven. High urgency, I think, is again a very critical skill everyone needs.
So you just went to him and be like, this is what we're building. This is what we're doing. Coinbase and Panthera, we have active offers from both of them. What can you do?
I think these are more follow-ons. So they like lead already gets confirmed. And
the
then,
lead is Panthera, right?
Yeah.
So it got confirmed. So you went to Naval and be like, my lead is confirmed already. Panthera is investing this much in us. How much do you want to invest? Or is it more like, hey, we want advice to build this?
Yes, I mean, it's more like a follow-on then. Like we are raising around, but we also want you. Now, the follow-ons with us, it doesn't work like they want to invest. We are like, okay, we need you. You can be very helpful to us. You have a good network. So with follow-ons, it's more like how we can, because the maximum amount of funds you get is from the lead. So you solve the money problem. Now you need to solve the network or credibility problem. So that's where the follow-on comes. That's when you make sure your angels who are putting the small checks are very well curated.
So Balaji is big in crypto community. Naval is big in that community. People like these, जब ये आपकी cap table पे आते हैं, क्या help होती है इनसे? कुछ help होती है कि नहीं, बनाना तो खुद को ही पड़ता है?
नहीं, product building तो it's again founder. We can't expect investor to do it, because if they are doing it, then what we are doing it. So, but
उनसे क्या help होती है?
I think it's first. I think their backing in itself is a very big thing. They believed in us. That's I think majority of parties like solved. Like, okay, there's someone who is believing in us, who had built something influential before. So that's another benefit is just networks. You can just DM them anytime, and you can just like, hey, can you connect with us? We're raising another round. Can you connect with us on other investors? So it's on you how you are actually leveraging their network and how well you are leveraging.
Did you leverage?
Yeah, I mean, I did texted here and there anytime I needed some help.
Did it help?
Yeah, it did help. I'm meeting Balaji next month, October, in Network School. There's an event.
Singapore, huh?
So we kind of connected and can text anyone, and if it sounds appealing, they will actually.
No, do they help? Has it ever helped you till now?
Yeah, it did help.
How?
I think angels help the best. Like, I mean, first time the backdoors is one, and the networks they have, they are well connected people. I mean, if you can tell them, hey, we need to connect with them, and this is what we want, they will. I mean, that's a very big value prop, because getting to know some third person directly, but someone is referring you. So let's call it like Balaji introduced us to Naval. Naval is never directly investing in us, but now there's a referral. This is the first case. So I mean, if you articulate it like it does help. The network does help. Not too visible, but it does help.
So at some stage, some scale, it will help eventually.
Yeah, it will help. I think one more thing, you need to be very grounded. You raise your first round and you're like, okay, I'm a good star, I can do something, but you never know how life will turn around. Like, you don't need who you connected today, how they're gonna be helpful down the line, or how you can be helpful to them. It could be anything, but you need to be very grounded if you really wanna be. So yeah, even at earlier stage, I was also like, okay. Then we got some roller coaster rides in the startup, and like, okay, we gotta be. But yeah, it's very, very important. Very important.
Tell me one failure you faced.
I don't think I see failure as a failure, because.
But one setback that you've had.
Setback. I mean, I had a lot of problems which we see as a challenges, and we need to overcome it.
What was the biggest challenge?
At different stage, it was very different. Like, I mean, it depends. At early stage of my education, it was like, I need to study, I need to make something. I failed everything. Like, academically, I didn't pursue. I was doing CA. I didn't went for second level. I was doing CFA, failed level 1. In fact, I even failed BCom. So I was very like academically drained. Like, so. But I was very passionate about the other side of things. So it pays off later on. Very stressful period, but possible. And while building the startup, finding our users. Another very big outcome, like how much brand visibility you get, or whatever you get, like you're known by millions of people, or you raise the fundraise round, doesn't matter. The ultimate test is how many users you can get, how many people you are changing life for. In other ways, if you say, are people using your product? If not, all these are like very temporary. Maybe a year or two, you will die down. One of the ultimate stress tests for a startup is how well you can get the users, how sticky they are, how many lives you're changing in that. So I think with the first startup, we did for subsequent, like for a few years, figuring out was a very big problem. Like figuring out like how to like actually game up. We're launching something, it gets popular for a week or two. Again, the virality goes down. I'm sure you might also have many moments in your life too. So you can relate. But a very, very big, I think things are very stable right now. But initially when we're starting out, very tricky.
What makes, in your journey of building products and actually attracting so many users, what have you learned? What makes people stick to product? Because there are so many products, and whatever you're making, maybe starting you were innovative, but in 2 months there'll be like 500 Me Too's of you, right? How do you make people stick to your platform? What do users really value? Kya banana chahiye?
I think the initial growth of any startups comes from आप अपने users के साथ कितना directly connected है. Like, you need to listen them. You need to incorporate those feedback quickly in your product and make them happy. So जो आपका initial set of 100 to 1000 users, how happy they are is gonna decide the next trajectory of your whole company. So we did a lot of those things. I think one of the major feature we were like very viral about on Twitter was refinance. I mean, आपने एक बैंक से लोन लिया है, आपने SBI से लोन लिया, आपको HDFC में move करना है, you can't do it. It's a very lengthy process. On blockchain, we build a system from one protocol to another, one button click. So very, very, I mean, small thing, nobody will do it, but there was this 100 to 1000 user who wanted this. We build it and we listen them and we incorporate that in the product. I think that's what matters the most.
Got it. Well, is there any one lesson, last lesson that you want to share it with all the budding entrepreneurs? that what should they keep in mind if they want to build something, and which category they should be building and thinking in today's world?
There's a lot that can come into the mind. But whatever industry you guys are building, like whoever is listening to this, I think one of the most important thing you need to do is stay highly urgent about whatever you're doing. Like high urgency is a very important skill. I mean, it looks very cliche again, but you need to be obsessed about the problem. You need to have that kind of urgency because that's the only skill that is going to make you stand out. Looks very normal, but I can tell it based on where I am right now, the AI industry, how everything is panning out. The only skill set is going to make sense is what level of urgency you have in within yourself. It's gonna make the whole, that's gonna differentiate the winners from the losers. Let's say it that way.
And in what industry do you feel the next $1 billion company can be built?
I think all of the industry. There's a reason. We are going through a paradigm shift. From industrialization to hardware, we got a new wave of billionaires. Microsoft, Apple. From hardware to software, we got a new wave of billionaires. Snapchat, Facebook, all this cloud, internet software, internet companies. Now we are moving towards intelligence age. Like now, internet and human, this is the current form. Now it's going to be internet, intelligence layer, and then human. So we're going to see a new wave of products and companies popping out. So I think it's haven't incorporated well in our life. So whatever interests you, just try to think how this new species, artificial species that we're building, intelligence, can incorporate in your lifestyle, and the next wave of billionaires are going to be from this intelligence age. So
what is a good way to start learning or maybe thinking about how can I incorporate intelligence in my world, or start thinking about how to build products in intelligence? Because someone listening this, for you, it might be very obvious and easy to just say that, okay, we're going for a paradigm shift and this is we're going from internet to intelligence and whatever, right? But for a lot of people, it's not as easy as it comes to you. Right? What should they be looking forward to? What should they be reading? What should they be surfing on internet, or pages to follow, or the news and articles to read, or maybe just what is one prompt they should put in maybe ChatGPT or Claude, that they start thinking from that framework of building something big?
I think
so that they start from basics of intelligence.
Yeah. At some point, like I think at this point, everyone needs to somehow get exposed to this new systems, intelligence. One of the important things, as I mentioned earlier too, I think is how well you can talk to the system. So personally, I can say my best model. Like my best model is like I can mention it like Sonnet 4. I mean, it's a bit technical, but you need to have that kind of tuning with your own models, like which models you vibe with well. So I don't know the immediate step, but whatever you're doing, you need to wire your mind to just talk to this. Like you need to talk to this, just like how we were doing this Bhindi stuff and I was wired to like say whatever. Everyone needs to have that kind of wiring. The software can be anything, ChatGPT or Claude to start with, but ultimately you will find your own model. This reminds me of a meme, like, there's a meme going on like, the future models are going to be these models. We're going to date all these algorithms.
Yeah.
So, so fascinating world.
So just start thinking about how well can you talk to your software?
Yes, how well you can talk to.
And how well they understand you. So all the problems and the thinking and the next step that you want to take, you have that conversation with it and let that language model search entire internet to come up with solutions and things for you. And on that framework, you start building or creating the next level of things that you want to do.
Yes. Is that what I mean, it's a good start. Yeah.
Okay.
And the rest you will figure it out on the way. But that's a very good start.
That's a good start. Perfect. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much for coming here and spending time with me.
Yeah, very interesting conversation.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Okay, I speak to a lot of founders, and I love this Elon Musk analogy because a lot of founders quote this. Because as a founder, you have every time you see an opportunity, you want to do something about it,
Yes.
right? And because you're like, oh, I don't want to lose this. I know that this company is going to grow, and I've put in a good team to let that grow on autopilot. I can handle another project as well. Okay? But
So that's also a trap, but also
Yes.
depends again now.
Exactly, that's a trap. And why is it also a trap? A lot of people keep quoting Elon on this, but Elon did that after unlocking billions of dollars in value for shareholders. So shareholders started trusting him with multiple projects.
Yeah, exactly.
थैंक यू सो मच ये एपिसोड एंड तक देखने के लिए. अब आपको 3 चीज़ें करनी है. सबसे पहले इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लो, क्योंकि जितना आप सब्सक्राइब करोगे उतने ही बेहतर और वैल्यूएबल गेस्ट हम ला पाएंगे आपके लिए. नंबर 2, मुझे कमेंट्स में बताओ इस एपिसोड में आपको क्या अच्छा लगा और क्या गंदा लगा, ताकि हम वो मिस्टेक्स रिपीट ना कर पाए. एंड कौन से ऐसे गेस्ट हैं जो आप देखना चाहते हो वापस हमारे पॉडकास्ट पे, ताकि हम उन्हें लेके आएँ और आपको ज़्यादा ज़्यादा वैल्यू दे पाएँ. एंड नंबर 3, ये एपिसोड किसी एक इंसान के साथ ज़रूर शेयर करना, क्योंकि one conversation can change someone's life. I'll see you next time. Until then, keep figuring out.